For those new to triathlon, the latter stages of the bike, as they're getting ready for the run, they do take their feet out of the shoes and they'll continue to ride into transition. And there'll be a line where they cannot cross. They have to have both feet on the ground before they hit that dismount line. If they cross that line, there is a penalty, but all the men adhering to that rule. And these first steps are usually a little ginger, but these men making it look easy.
This is my favourite 5 minutes of any T100 race. This last kilometre on the bike into the first kilometre off the run. We saw Alistair Brownlee, he hopped off the bike, looked a little bit ginger. He's all over the place trying to put his bike in there due to the effort he's just put in. But what we see now is these four, Matthias Margier, Magnus Ditlev, Sam Laidlow and Alistair Brownlee. Once they run, they get to sort of assess, how am I feeling? How are the others looking? Sam Laidlow through transition really quickly here. Wow. Alistair Brownlee as well, known for his fast T2s. He's got out there. Will he get back up to Sam Laidlow? Sam Laidlow, to me, looks comfortable. Alistair Brownlee looks pretty comfortable. We do sort of expect to see him make his move now. And then we've got Magnus Ditlev, slowly, but he's confident. He's sort of the kind of guy who works into his run rather than explodes from the start. Matthias Margier is the one who usually does go aggressive out of T2 as well, so wait and see what happens there. So we've got the two Lucy's coming into T1 here. They both look good. Lucy Charles looks very good. Lucy Buckingham is usually very aggressive into and out of T1 and loves to ride hard out of it, so watch for that to happen. Lucy Charles Barclay, this is pretty much the dream scenario for her. She knows that Lucy Buckingham's been sick. Everyone in the paddock knows that. So she's going to love that she has one of the world's best cyclists with her to push the pace rather than have to do it by herself.
But I do have to say, Jan, given the fact that she wasn't feeling well and wasn't sure if she was going to start, it is impressive that she's able to keep up with Lucy Charles Barclay. You know, maybe on another day she's riding away from her, but yeah, I mean, it looks like Lucy Buckingham is working pretty hard here to stay in contact.
We are now seeing Lucy Buckingham off the bike, and the tank is empty. We knew coming in after her husband Mark there told us that she had food poisoning earlier. We were surprised she made it to the start line and towed the line. Had a great performance through the swim, stayed right on the heels of Lucy Charles Barclay, and then through about over half actually of the ride, the bike ride, she was able to stay in that second position.
And I don't know if you guys saw the little whiteboard her husband was holding. It said pull out in capital letters. He just wiped over it on his hand, but he was obviously throwing his hat in the ring to say, look here, you're going to be doing more damage than this is worth.
Oh, Kat Matthews.
Kat Matthews. It looks like she's cramping up, and she had to stop.
Oh, come on. Yeah, that's...
The left calf.
When it's so humid like this, you're just losing so much salt.
Oh, you could see, yeah, she's sort of
like, I can't run. Like,
Paula, camaraderie is just next level, but yeah, she's tough, Kat Matthews. Yeah, she looks stressed. She actually looks stressed.
And she got 10 seconds of that in the first kilometre as well.
Yeah.
It's Mark.
Here's Mark with her.
Husband saying,
Kat Matthews.
Get off the course, and she's saying, no, I'm going to keep going.
Don't touch me.
Yeah.
This is the thing about seconding on the course, because of course in triathlon that is not allowed. As soon as you receive outside help, that is an instant DQ. And here you can see, you talk to her, Mark, just talking to the official.
Communication.
You talk to her, she's not listening to me.
Do you remember when Mark said on the interview that, you know, they're both a bit prickly? Kat Matthews and India Lee. And this is a little insight into what's been happening at training camp in Lanzarote.
Well, that's, you mentioned it earlier, the pride, just the fact that you want to finish. You've started something and you've trained for something, you want to finish. And so even if she's walking, I think she's saying right now, I've started this, I want to finish. She's walked for a long ways now and hasn't even tried to start running again to test it.
Yeah, it's at this point we start questioning whether it is just cramp or whether it's something a little more serious, because this is not typical of cramp, this sort of reaction and behavior. This isn't usually what we'd see.
And this is it, the final lap. So Magnus Ditlev out in front. Sam Long has taken third away. There are the athletes.
And you saw
Magnus Ditlev.
You saw Sam there. He wasn't messing around. He ran up onto his shoulder, kept the same pace, and you saw him put in a little bit of a sprint there.
And Brownlee's right in front of him right now. Brownlee has fallen far enough back. There's Brownlee compared to Sam Long. There's the bell, the final lap.
2.5K. Oh, and
Brownlee turning around. He sees
really
Sam Long
suffering.
coming. The grimace on his face.
And maybe that third position is still up for grabs for Matthias Magier too. Brownlee really struggling here. We can see that.
This is for second. Sam Long taking second away from Brownlee. Now does he have enough in the tank to get Ditlev? We know Sam Long is coming in right here and cheering on the crowd. They're cheering on him. Sam Long, second in the T100 Miami.
With Alistair, you can see his face. He's starting to get a bit more labored. The heat is definitely getting to him. I mean, he's setting a good pace. It looks controlled, but look at his mouth right now. You know, he's very charismatic in terms of how he shows it. His mouth is wider open, and he's grimacing more, which at this stage is what you expect.
You can see the calculated move by Ditlev, and then Magier obviously hanging in there, hanging tough. But yeah, that time gap. Oh no, he's coming to a walk.
Here we go. Grab the ice. Somebody tell him about the ice. Is there ice on this? Oh yeah, there is.
Oh, this is a long stop in.
Yeah, this is the first
station.
time we've really seen Alistair slow to a walk almost.
That's a real sign of
fatigue. It looks of fatigue, so that's at least a good sign.
Still no ice though.
Yeah, he poured down 2 cups of ice down his top. It wasn't in the bag, but yeah, this is definitely a change in pace. Let's hope that he's leaving just enough in the tank. But wow, there comes Magnus already.
That gap is really closed because of that aid station.
And for the lead, here comes Magnus Ditlev trying to take the top spot away from Alistair Brownlee. Brownlee watches him go by, and now what can Ditlev do to set the pace to where he can't be caught? Definitely a lot happening. And right now a new leader for the women as India Lee has gone by Lucy Charles Barclay. Let's see if Lucy will tack on to the back here of India Lee and what she has left.
Wow, did you see the aggression she put into that? I mean, her whole facial demeanor changed as she came close. She really made sure to try and get a little surge to hopefully not take Lucy with her. And this is the first time we've seen a change at the top of the leaderboard. What a way to take the series with both hands and rip it and grip it.
And now the crowd is right there next to Magnus Ditlev as he'll make his way onto the tunnel.
You saw a little bit of emotion. He sort of slight fist pump as he was coming into the finish line here. Just great photos here of the crowd.
The favorite coming in, Magnus Ditlev, giving high fives to the crowd as he comes to the finish line, the first ever winner of the T100. And it goes to Magnus Ditlev.
Yeah, and you can see he's excited. Of course he's going to be excited. This is big deal. He gets crucial points that go towards the overall to be T100 World Champion at the end of the year.
India Lee looks back. She won't see anyone.
Yeah, this is just mind-blowing for her. I think coming in, I'm sure she dreamt of this, and you have to have had some belief that you could do this, but to actually have it happen, and especially, as we said, no one picked Indy Lee to win.
The 35-year-old Brit makes it onto the carpet. She's given the high fives, and she has just stunned the world. India Lee is going to win the first ever T100, and it starts here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. She'll walk across and grab the banner. India Lee wins T100.
Yeah, a lot of emotion there. You can see she almost can't believe it, and you know, a hug from the goat, a hug from Jan. It's Kat Matthews there with Indy Lee, training partners and very good friends. Really sad to see Kat not finished, but really great to see her there celebrating her training partner and a friend. And Mark mentioned earlier, Kat's husband mentioned earlier, if Kat couldn't win, the athlete that she would want to have win is India Lee. So it's just cool to see training partners celebrating each other.
That's what I love about this sport is 4th place Paula Finley knows that India Lee, this was a life-changing win for her. And the smiles on her face and how happy she is.